with Alhaji Usainu Darboe. He is the Secretary General and leader of the United Democratic Party. He is also, once again, the flag bearer for the 2026 presidential election, and he's spending this morning here with us. Tomorrow I'll be receiving the Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science, and Technology. What is your vision for tertiary education in the Gambia?
Well, you're getting a great guest tomorrow. Yeah? I'll make sure that I don't miss a word of what he utters here.
You're stating the obvious.
Yeah.
You listen to Coffee Time from, the signature tune to the goodbye.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
So nothing passes you by.
Yes, nothing passes, but sometimes I say, "Oh, is that man again?" But not.
I know who.
But not with Professor. Not
I know
with Professor
who.
Gomez.
It won't be him tomorrow.
Okay, not with Professor Gomez. Yeah. You see, I commend him, but there's an area that I really disagree. The proliferation of universities.
Okay.
University of Science and Technology, the University of Education,
University of Civil Service.
Civil Service and Administration.
Yes.
I don't agree with that. I would want to have all these institutions they call universities. I would want to have all of them under UTG.
Okay.
And then there's what they call university, have them as faculties and schools. Because very soon, if you have University of Education, very soon you'll have University of Agriculture and so forth. You have University of Science and Allied Medicine, you'll probably want to have University for Nurses. It doesn't, in the first place, for resource, proper utilization of resources. I'll put all these universities under University of the Gambia, so that for university education you have the School of Education, University of the Gambia, School of Administration in the University of Gambia, Faculty of Science and Engineering, all under UTG. And the resources.
School of Public Management, so that you don't convert MDI to another university.
Yes, you'll have all of them as schools and faculties and the University of the Gambia. And then the resources that I'm using to sustain and support these new institutions, I'll put a percentage of that to the University of the Gambia, and then encourage the creation of an advanced institute for research, so that it could be research in law, research in medicine, agriculture, whatever. And probably for research in agriculture, would also try to see how you can bring NARI under that advanced institute for research. That is what I'll do. But I don't think because already you have challenges in funding UTG. You have challenges in meeting some of their demands. Why do you want to create further challenges for yourself? So that's what I will do. I know, I'm not sure whether it's out of deference because Professor Gomez came in and found this trend going on. I was in cabinet when some of these proposals were made, and I said no, it doesn't make sense. And I still believe in it.
Okay, so that to criticize about the approach to the proliferation of universities, as you say. But what about the TVET strategy? What role do you see for vocational and technical training in national development, and how we are going about it?
It has incredible role, and that must be encouraged. After all, I think I heard you with St. Peter's, in celebrating the anniversary. You really want to get our young people trained in the various skills so that they can even become self-employed. They don't have to look for employment from Peter Gomez or from another person. In fact, Peter Gomez would be probably forced to go head hunting for some of these people. And that is what we need. And that is why I really drove my heart for Professor Gomez for pushing, that agenda. Yeah.
How will your administration support innovation and entrepreneurship among our young people?
Well, I think first you need to have funds established into which the young people can really tap. You cannot get entrepreneurship, successful entrepreneurship undertaken by any of our people if they do not have the necessary support. Support in every aspect, support by appropriate legal framework, support financial, expertise support. You need all those things for them. And this, I think this is what we want to do for our young people so that you arrest this exodus of our young people. When I heard on this program today that immigration intercepted a boat carrying even pregnant women, I say, oh, what is happening to my country? What is happening to my country? Pregnant women. And these are probably women who are not even educated with their children, taking this perilous journey. And that is a mass exodus, 1,000 people. But I think it's just not sufficient for these boats to be apprehended. The culprits must be traced and prosecuted. And I want to suggest to Honorable Attorney General that let us look at the law on human trafficking, enhance the punishment so that it could deter people from really subjecting or providing that they are not subjecting them, but then giving opportunity to our young people, depleting our labor force to Europe. We have to stop it. You must punish those people who are engaged in this human trafficking. You must tell them that the price you pay for this will be enormous. You will regret forever being engaged in it. And then have more intelligence. Have more intelligence, in ensuring that these culprits, the moment they take a step, they are in your net. I think we should be doing that for our country.
A lot of people will argue that what fuels this backway syndrome, this irregular migration to Europe, are unemployment and underemployment. Because we also hear that people who already found work are deserting their jobs to embark on the backway. How would a UDP-led government or a UDP government tackle underemployment and unemployment of our young people?
Well, underemployment, I think that is the wages.
Yes.
Low wages. Yeah, because talk of salary increase, but has it any?
The government would say they have done that multiple times, more than any previous government.
I agree. But when you increase salaries, and yet the cost of living is not controlled, the salary increase is of no use. So you really have to have a two-pronged approach to it. Increase salaries and also ensure that the cost of living, if it doesn't go down, it doesn't increase. And how do you do that? Well, you have to ensure that our currency, our dalasi, is not like, I hope the governor of the central bank won't slap me for this, not like tabajambo, what we say. It's not, I wouldn't say useless, but it's not weak. And how do we strengthen it? Our productive sectors of the economy, we have to pay particular attention to them. You see, I want to suggest this to the governor of the central bank and finance minister.
Well, they usually accuse the UDP of not proposing solutions. But,
Well,
but here you are now. So
no, but
here you are suggesting to the
well,
governor.
when they don't have anything to say, they say they only talk, but they don't do anything. but we share this thought with them. You want to make sure that our young people, the general population.
I thought you were addressing the governor before we come to that. Yes.
Yes, because it's relating to those young people. They are put in a position where they can really take to farming. What? You have to help them with the finances. I would ask the governor of the central bank and the finance minister to make it as a matter of policy that all the commercial banks in this country have a development wing for agriculture, for fisheries, for horticulture, so that they give loans to people engaged in those activities at interest rates that are bearable. You cannot charge 23-25% for one who is going into fruit farming. It takes 3-4 years before his trees start fruiting. And by the time you harvest and export, it's maybe 4 years. The interest accumulating for that period, the business is killed. So I will ask them that all the commercial banks have a development wing, so that they provide these facilities, loan facilities, to people who want to engage in agriculture, in horticulture, in aquaculture, all these cultures.
Low interest loans.
At low interest rates.
Okay.
And then, our young people, if they have that, there's hope. They know that, look, I have something back home here, so why do I have to go to Europe? I want to encourage them. And also our other businesses, let them put together some capital and then approach the government either to guarantee a loan from the banks, and which loans also must be on low interest rates, so that they can buy trawlers and all the fishing equipment, fishing gears, and exploit our marine resources. Let us not leave it to the foreigners. And this way, we will be really benefiting from our marine resources for the good of the country. And our economy will start booming. Because when we start exporting our horticultural products, our agricultural products, our fishing products, we earn foreign exchange. And then, of course, with the bigger your foreign exchange base is, the stronger your dollar is. I'm not an economist, but I think the government of the central bank knows that better than me. So I'm asking them really to do as a matter of policy, really, yes. Because these banks, they all deposit all their funds with the central banks by treasury bills, and you and I and others end up paying them the interest, because the interest that is charged, the taxpayers.
That suggests that it's the central bank that is encouraging these banks, to give them their money, and then they pay them interest. So how will you tackle this glaring problem?
But this is what I'm saying, that we'll get the banks to really, that surplus fund we don't need, they want to deposit at the central bank so that they are paid interest on it. We'll ask them to apply it to the economy of this country and get it moving.
Well, the bank say this extra money that they are giving the central bank, it's an imposition on them, and the central bank is doing that so that in case a bank goes under, depositors are not
I don't think so, because
we have the case of the Continent Bank.
That is not a question of Continent Bank not depositing, not Continent Bank not depositing.
They did not deposit enough.
But that was according to their own regulations. They deposited funds, But then because of their own lack of proper supervision, they allow the capital to fly out of the country.
This is the central bank now?
Yes, they allow it to fly out of the country. But now I understand, now they have raised the ceiling of deposits. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying that is different from money they put in the bank, apart from their deposit. Okay. The money they put there buy treasury bills. And those treasury bills, of course, bear interest. Who pays for them? They're not the Gambians. So I'm saying that the money that is put in the central bank, invest in treasury bills, let the government take a reasoned policy stand so that those funds can be put back to society. Not these corporate social responsibility undertakings they do. Here, Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, Banza Hospital. No, I'm saying that it would be meaningful investment back into the economy of the country. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I hope the commercial banks are listening.
Well, I hope
so that eventually they will all have this development wing as part of their setup.
Yeah, well, yes, because you had an agricultural development bank here. That is no more. If you had an agricultural development bank, there's people involved in horticulture, in agriculture, and all those things. They probably
was that not government funded and government controlled?
It was government. It was government funded.
So then maybe the onus is on government now to come up with an agricultural development bank.
Yeah. But if they don't,
would you prioritize that if you ever became president of this country?
Well, certainly, it's just not agriculture, but even banking, housing, even housing. Yeah. We even housing have to do that. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we really sit down and think about. And let me tell you, Peter, some of these, when I reminisce on them, I want to go into tears. These are some of the things my good friend Lamin Diba and I, and Kemi Senjame, when we, after lunch in Mile, today we'll come to my area, we sit there, brainstorm. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What should we do? And so these are some of the things that we thought about that should be done. Yeah, particularly,
which unfortunately have yet to be done.
Particularly for how commercial banks could help in the energizing the economy of this country, by really giving soft loans to the farming community, soft loans to youths who have formed themselves into cooperatives and pursuing particular entrepreneurial ventures.